No surprise there. Edward, thank you. In the latest Wall Street Journal survey, economists predict that the war will leave the economy with stubborn inflation. Stephen Moore joins me now. What's your inflation outlook, Steve? Is it going to stay stubborn as this war continues?
Well, look, first of all, it's pretty clear that everything that's happened in the economy and the stock market over the last 5 months or so has really been just dictated by one statistic, what you were just talking about, Edward Lawrence, with, which is what is happening with the oil price. We're at, what, $73.50 now. Remember, before all this started, we were below $60 a barrel. So my view is these markets are adjusting. It's been 5 months. Other areas of the world are increasing their oil output as a response to the slowdowns and the tensions in the Middle East. So I happen to be, I'm going to say, cautiously optimistic about where we are with respect to inflation. The other point, I made this last week on your show, but I want to repeat if I may, Stuart. AI is here. It's happening. I've been talking to CEOs around the country. I know you have too. They are deploying AI. It is reducing their costs. It's increasing their productivity. Those are deflationary forces. So I think we're headed back to the 2% inflation target because one other factor, Stuart, you have a guy running the Fed now who is very dedicated to fighting inflation. He is an inflation hawk, Kevin Moore. So I'm going to say we're headed back to 2%. I know maybe that puts me out of the realm of some of these other economists that have been surveyed.
Okay. You mentioned you talked to people, corporate leaders, who are employing AI now. Can you tell us if there will be a predictable increase in profits the next time they report because of the application of AI? Is it going to produce more profits for American corporations in the immediate future?
So, you know, this is the big question mark. And here's what's going on, because you were reporting that there's big question marks about whether, well, you saw the big dip in the valuations of some of these chip companies. The big story, what's happening with AI right now, goes back to data centers and the fact that you've got a national revolt in blue states and in red states now, Stuart, against data centers. So you may have seen the big story last week that Governor Abbott in Texas, and by the way, there's no more business-friendly state in the country maybe than Texas, they're putting new restrictions on data centers. So this kind of populist revolt, I think this is the reason why those stocks are falling in the tech industry, is there's real concern about a kind of backlash against data centers AI that is a matter of politics. It's not business, but this is where politics is intervening to really hold down the value of these companies. These companies have to come up with a strategy to deal with the backlash and the fears that people have over data centers and AI. I think they can do that, and I think it will happen. But they better start getting in this race, because right now they're losing, Stuart.
Okay, one last one, real briefly. The Iran war doesn't seem to be hurting the economy or the markets at this point.
Yep, well, it's hurt, but we have all these other factors that are going on, like the productivity revolution that's happening. Look, as soon as this is over, Lord knows when that's going to be, the United States is such a powerful country right now. All the innovation is happening here in the U.S. And that's why, you know, I just go back to that point about the American people have to understand this, Stuart. If we want to remain the economic powerhouse, we have to lead. We have to lead in AI. If we have a revolt of workers and you know, citizens against this, who do you think is going to benefit from that, Stuart? China.
Sure. Okay. We got it, Steve.
And by the way, Stuart, there's a lot of evidence that the people are really putting out the anti-AI propaganda in the United States are exactly the Chinese. They're the ones who are festering this revolt.
Yeah, we have been reporting that. Steve Moore, good stuff.
I know you have.
Yep. Thanks very much. All good stuff. We'll see you again real soon. Thanks, Steve.